Thank you. Are we live?
Yes.
It says it's still Zoom loading in. We should be live now.
Great. Okay, we're live. Thanks, everyone. I'm Delegate Robin Lewis, and this is the February 18th, 2025 meeting of the Subcommittee on Land Use and Ethics in the Environment and Transportation Committee in the Maryland General Assembly. Thank you for joining us. We have one bill on our agenda today, and that is House Bill 166, Maryland Public Ethics Law, state officials of and candidates to be state officials of the judicial branch, conflicts of interest, and financial disclosure statements. Patrick, would you be so kind and walk us through the bill, and then we will discuss it, and we'll see how members feel.
Yeah, excuse me. Yes, the bill repeals the requirement, and Jen and Kate, correct me or add where you feel necessary. This is for the record, Kate Thompson and Jen Allgaier with the State Ethics Commission are with us here. The bill repeals the requirement that judiciary transmit copies of financial disclosure statements from judicial officials to the Ethics Commission, requires judiciary to maintain the financial disclosure records and establish procedures for review of the financial disclosure, and then explicitly include candidates for judicial officials as subject to the conflict of interest and financial disclosure requirements.
Thank you, Patrick. So let's talk about this bill. Now, we, as Pat mentioned, we do have two professionals, experts from the State Ethics Commission with us. Kate and Jennifer, you're welcome. We will ask you direct questions if we have any, and then you can turn on your mics. But until then, please stay muted. Thank you. I see Delegate Terrasa's hand raised.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So right now, I'm just trying to remember from the hearing, right now, the judicial branch official.
We lost your sound. You're muted.
Now, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, if I understand this correctly, right now, the judicial branch officials send their stuff to our ethics commission, or the ethics commission. I shouldn't call it ours. And then is there going to be any difference in how these are available? I guess that's my only concern. Like
you would go to the judicial branch to get they're all publicly available now, and they still will be. You just go to the judicial branch to get them.
But they're not posted online or anything, right? They're just, you have to actually go to the ethics commission to get them. And
I believe so. You might want to check with Kate or Jen on that to make sure.
could we ask one of them?
Yes, Delegate Terrasa, go ahead and direct your question to one of our ethics.
Yeah, so I don't know which one of you is better to answer the question. So both of you, is that how that works right now? Those disclosures are not available publicly unless requested. They're not just sitting online somewhere.
That is correct. Delegate Jen Allgaier from the State Ethics Commission staff. Currently, the judges and judicial officials file their financial disclosure forms with a system that is exclusively administered and maintained by the judiciary. Those forms are not available to view online. You have to go to the judiciary to request.
Right now? That's true right now?
Yes.
And then ours aren't available for immediate review, that you have to request them, right?
No, yours, the state elected officials and secretaries of principal departments, those forms are available to view online through the public access site. The two financial disclosure systems are completely separate, maintained separately, administered separately.
So I guess my bottom line question is this change going to make it so that it's harder to get the statements of the judicial branch? Like right now, do we post them online?
There are different requirements for the online accessibility under the ethics law. Currently, it's only the state elected officials of the judicial branch, or I'm sorry, of the executive branch and the legislative branch, and secretaries of principal departments whose forms have to be available electronically for public view. The judicial officers, judges, their forms are not included in that electronic availability. So they would be available the same as they are right now under this bill. You'd have to
So the
go.
Only, I'm sorry to interrupt. So I just want to understand, so the only thing that's changing is whether they also have to forward them to you?
No, what is changing under this bill is the requirement for the judiciary to forward a copy of the judges or judicial officers' filed financial disclosure statement to the State Ethics Commission. Because I think this requirement was in the law before electronic filing was ever contemplated. And so paper copies were always forwarded. Now, because everyone is filing electronically through the judiciary system, the judiciary has to print out a copy, make a PDF, and then forward a copy of that to our office that we store, electronically in a database in our office. But everyone goes to the judiciary to get the
Okay,
judge's
yeah,
form.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's just removing that requirement, really.
okay. I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. I see Delegate Lehman's hand. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I was curious, one of the more controversial aspects, at least in my mind, of the the system for members of the Maryland General Assembly for those disclosures is that if someone views your file, whether it's a member of the media or a colleague or just anyone, you have to be told that. I don't think that should be the case, frankly. As a former journalist, I find that objectionable, and including for myself. I don't need to know if people look at my information. My view is I don't have anything to hide. So I'm wondering if you can speak to whether that is also the situation with these reports from members of the judiciary.
If you'd go ahead, Jennifer or Kate, whoever's best to respond.
Sure, this is Jennifer. I believe that the judiciary also notifies judicial officials if their forms are reviewed and who has looked at their form, just like the State Ethics Commission provides that information to you all if someone looks at your form. So currently, the judiciary sets that particular rule.
And what do you know what the rationale is for that? I've always wondered what the history of that was. And do other states do that? Do you know?
I don't know if other states do that. I do know that it's been a provision in the public ethics law for a very long time, with those, since it's been there since before I've worked at the State Ethics Commission, and I've been here 23 years. So
Okay.
I don't know if it was just a notice.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I don't think it's necessary, but thank you.
And Delegate Lehman, to be clear, this bill does not spell out that judiciary has to notify judicial officials when someone looks at their file. But as Jen said, that's their current practice.
Okay, it is the practice now, you're saying already, Patrick,
That's what
and
Jen says, yes.
this legislation is silent on the issue, so then
Right.
I would assume the practice would continue then, right? Unless
I would guess that would be
unless
the
this
case,
bill
yes.
would call for an end to it.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thanks for the question. Are there any other questions on the bill? Any concerns? Jen and Kate, is the Ethics Commission satisfied with the bill? Did you have any questions or concerns? You're not bringing forward any amendments on this bill?
No, Delegate Lewis, we are not.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. It's Delegate Siliberti, is your hand up?
Yes. Is anyone opposed to this particular piece of legislation?
No.
No one.
Okay, great. So It sounds like the subcommittee would be is interested in moving on this bill. There's no objection, no amendments. I'd be happy to entertain a motion on
Move
the
favorable,
bill.
Madam Chair.
Second.
Is there a second? The bill's been properly moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Any discussion? No discussion? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Great, terrific. The bill passes unanimously. With that, we have no further business, unless there's anything we need to consider, council.
That's the only bill for today.
All right, terrific. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for working late. We are adjourned.
Outstanding.
Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.